What's up, everyone? It is your girl Gelbeauty-QM here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into my Clionadh package. So remember I told y'all I went to the Polish and Beauty Expo. I literally just left there about an hour or two ago, and I figured I would show y'all what I got and we would do a video on what I got, since it was a whole bunch of makeup stuff that I have. Now remember we talked about these palettes in a why you don't need video, and I told y'all I was thinking about if I wanted to get them or not, but I felt like kind of a hypocrite because I'm always talking about how I would buy more from Clionadh, or I would use more Clionadh if they made palettes. So y'all know they came out with these 3 palettes, so since I was able to get all of them in person, not have to wait for shipping from Canada, it was a steal to me to just go ahead and grab them all now that I'm here, along with some of the fruit lighters. So I got some of those as well, but I got the 3 palettes, of course. So this is what the first one looks like, Paleo. I believe this is the first one that they started off with, and then I think they added the Oceano on, or they might have added the other 2, I'm not sure. This is the Arcano, what she looks like on the inside. And yes, in the future I will do videos comparing to the ones that I told you I felt like they were similar to see if we right or not, but for right now I'm just trying out these. And then last one I have the Oceano palette. I kind of want to do a swatch party of the highlighter as well, so I might swatch them on my hand and then put them in certain places on my face. We'll have to see, but this is what it looks like. If I do the highlighters, I'll probably do the highlighters toward the end, or I might change each highlighter with different eye looks and save us some time. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that because I bought so many highlighters. They didn't have the bundle on first, unfortunately, because that's what I really want. But it's okay, because once I swatched them, I didn't like every single shade. But when stuff like that happens, I always feel like it's cheaper to get the bundle. And then if I'm not necessarily crazy about the color, or feel like the shifts will look right on me, I can always just put it in a giveaway for you all, so you all can experience some of the makeup you always see me sitting up here talking about. So that's why I like to buy bundles, because even if I don't like everything in the bundle, I know I can spread the love with you all. And that's my way of saying thank you for you sitting here listening to me ramble all the time. But I got the shade Tarte, the purple one. I had a purple highlighter. It was from Galactic. But I don't even know if they're in business anymore, so I wanted to get another purple highlighter to add to my collection, so I have this one right here. I have one of their original fruit lighters that came with the Emily Violet Marie collection. I think it's called Pitara or something like that. But then I got the shade Pucker just because I like these yellow goldish type highlighters. Plus I wanted to see how different the shift was in it. I think it was like shifted to like yellow and green, so I wanted to see how similar it was to Trophy Wife when it came to glitteriness and the shifting of it. So that's another reason I picked this one up, so I'll probably try to do that later on in the video. I got the shade Crisp, the red one, just because I thought it'd be a fun thing to have, because the other red highlighter I have is like a really brightish red. I feel like this was more wearable red because it seems like it's a nice cherry red to like gold or bronze type shift to it, so I thought that would be nice and fun. The weirdest one I got was this one called Tangy. It's supposed to be the kiwi one, because I was looking at the sour one that's supposed to be the apple colored one, but I actually like the shift in this one a little bit more than I like the shift in that one, so I went ahead and got this one. This has like a purplish blue shift to it, but it starts off with like this green type shift to it, a kiwi green color, so I thought that was cool. And the last one I got, of course, was Juicy, because like the orange one is gonna look nice on people my skin tone, in my personal opinion, so I made sure I picked that one up as well. There were a couple more I was looking at, but I was like, we're gonna be good in that bowl. And plus I had like 2 of the original ones that they had came out with from Emily Violet Marie's collection, so I'm like, I didn't need to try to get everything, so I didn't try to grab everything. So let me zoom in real quick and cute. Like, if you're curious what's going on with the eyes, I did the battle of the palettes that I told you I was gonna do. So this is the old school versus new school. I have on Angie's little ghost palette with Uden's eye, and then I have on the Moon Wish palette. Can you tell which eye is which? Just comment down below and let me know which one you think is which. I also have on, I think it's called Mystic Rose. I got it from, what's that girl's name? I used Annette's Makeup Corner's lip gloss. That's her lip gloss with the Mighty Monster collection. So I put that on top of a liquid lipstick, and that's what we're working with on the face for the most part. So I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, and I'm gonna do the palettes in the order I showed them to you in. So we're gonna start off with the original Paleo, then we'll go into the Arcano, and then we'll end on the Oceano palette. But if you were interested in getting a discount on these, I know my girl team, the Fancy Face, has a code. I think it's just Fancy Face. Of course, y'all know my girl Karen Harris has a code, so you can use Cage Makeup as well. Either one you prefer to use. But I'm gonna go try to do some with these palettes, and we're gonna start off with this one, so I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so this is the eye that I went for with the Paleo palette, and we're gonna take the Crisp and Juicy highlighters and put those on for this video. I'm thinking about putting the yellow one on too, but I want to hold off and put the yellow one on in the Arceo palette, and then I'm gonna do the last two in the Oakcha palette. I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, so let's try these out. So I'm gonna start off with the red one, Crisp. I'm gonna put it on this side, then we'll put Juicy on this side, and then I'll put Pucker down the middle of the face when I do my second look. But y'all, these are so sparkly and gorgeous. Look at that. Yes! And I didn't even dig into it that much, y'all. I'm telling you, like, these highlighters are just stunning and amazing. I barely dug into this, and it's just giving everything. It kind of reminds me of that glittery blush that I got from Ulta that I ended up having to that I'm having to send back or do whatever it is you do. You get broken products from them. This is my first time ever getting a broken product from them, so I don't know what you do, but I'm gonna take the shade Juicy. Y'all, it looks so nice. I gotta remember to swatch these. Right now I have the eyeshadows that are on my lid, all the shimmery ones on there, so that's why I didn't swatch this yet. I'm gonna go outside and try to do it. The sun has been acting real disrespectful today. Ooh, yes, honey. Yes. They're buffing in, looking really nice on the skin. Like, I feel like she has a great variety of colors that work on a good variety of skin tones. I love the way both these look on me. Like, that orange looks amazing. It kind of reminds me of the one from, what does it say? Kaleidos, if y'all remember them, because I feel like they haven't done anything forever. But it reminds me of their yellow highlight. I mean, their orange highlighter. And then this one reminds me of that blush from Ulta and the Moonwish palette. I mean, the Moonwish palette, or Moonwish collection, if you will. So we got those two out the way. I'm trying to find somewhere to put them so I remember not to try to pick them up again. But let's get into this eye, honey. I actually used a pretty simple eye base. I used the one from e.l.f. Just put that all over the lid. So let's start off with the orange shade Magma. Then our crease shade is Fossil. And our outer V shade is Moraine, like Moraine Valley. No, I'm just kidding. And then I use Arctic Waters and Glacial in the inner corner, Ice Core on the lid, and Arcana on the lid. So this is all of those, by the way, the shimmers. So this is the Arcana palette, I mean the Arcana lid shade, and then this is the Ice Core shade, and then this is the two of them combined, the Glacier and the Arctic Waters. Because what I did was I put Glacier on first and then Arctic Waters, and that's how you got this combination in my inner corner. But here is Glacier on its own and Arctic Waters on its own, just in case anyone's curious. But look at that, like, honey, yes. If I catch some sunlight, I will go outside and take pictures of this on my hand and then proceed to do the highlighters next, along with my face pictures along the way. Hopefully that'll work out for us. Pray for me, girl, because man, like, the sun keep going in and out. Like, now it wants to be out when I'm supposed to be doing this eye look with you all. But anyway, we're gonna start with Magma. Now hopefully it'll stay out long enough for me to get this done and go downstairs. So I'm gonna use the shade Magma. It does have a lot of kick up in the pan, but it's like you don't have to do too much to blend it out. Now I thought this shade was gonna be more of aubergine type shade, but it's giving more of a true brown, which I don't necessarily have a problem with, because I feel like it pulls a little reddish purplish, like very very slightly. But since it's just a crease shade, I'm not as concerned. Our main concern is the sparkle on the lid, and I feel like the two sparkles I have on the lid, in addition to the two sparkles in the inner corner, are definitely the stars of the show for me. But I appreciate them putting neutrals in there for people who want to do everyday neutrals and still want to have some fun. They did a good job in that sense. I hear this is supposed to be the neutral of like the three palettes, because the other two are more colorful. And I don't know if the original one is this neutral or not. I didn't have the original one. I found out about Clionadh when they had the stained glass collection come out, and Tina and everyone else was talking about it. That's how I found out about the brand, if anyone's curious. We're going to take the shade Moraine now. Y'all know I live for a golden hour moment, but like, it's hard to get the golden hour moments lately. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the golden hour is trying to disrespect me so bad. I don't know. Let's put on some glitter glue now, and then we can start on these two shades. So y'all know Magma goes, sorry, Arcana goes toward the back, and Ice Core goes toward the front. I'm gonna start back here. Look how stunning that is. Yeah, looks amazing. And then I go to about like right here. Y'all see, like right there is when I stopped, and then just started putting like the blue to give a nice like transition over and make them blend smoothly all into place. So there's that. Then we go toward the front with ice core. Or the ice water, yeah, ice core. And I feel like it's like stunning the way they look so nicely together and blend so nicely together. To me, it just looks like a perfect transition. Like you can't tell I put on two different shades. It's like it's just two different ways it shifts when I turn my head. I love when shadows blend smooth like that. These are some really nice metallic shifting dual chrome multi-chrome, so I think they do an excellent job with those. Like look at this, I just shift my head and you just, I feel like I need to pull a little bit further back on this one, just a smidget. Okay, there we go. They look a little bit evener now. I feel like I'm gonna turn. Put some more out of V. Let's get to this inner corner. So like I told y'all, I put Glacier in first. I usually do the opposite way and try to brighten it up, but I wanted to have like a deeper kind of tone to the inner corner. A deeper form of blue, because I feel like it was a light purple blue already on the lid, and I didn't want it to be too similar. So the inner corner is usually supposed to stand out, so I did that to make sure it stood out. And I think it looked great. Now we're going to take Arctic Waters and pop her on top. And thus the look is complete. So this is what we're working with the Paleo palette and the Crisp and Juicy highlighters. I feel like Crisp is giving a little bit more oomph. Crisp, I feel like, Juicy is a little more for a little more subtle person, which I like different ones depending on what I'm going for with a look. So I feel like both of them work fine for me. It just depends on what I'm going for the look at that time, which one I would use. But I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, put the eyeliner on, the mascara, and try to get outside and get some sun in these pictures. I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay. Then we'll get into the Arkino palette. Okay, y'all, so this is the eye we're working with. I am gonna put a shimmer on top, so I'm gonna put this yellow that shifts green, if y'all can tell right here, shimmer on the lid. And this shimmer I have right here in the inner corner. So I used Terrain on our inner corner, and I'm going to use Sulfur on our lid alongside Nomad, Erosion, and I think that's it. Oh, and Dead Sea. I put a little bit of glyph on top of the shade right here, Terrain, just to switch up the inner corner a little bit, because y'all know I usually do the lighter one. So lately I've been reversing it and doing the light one first and then putting the dark one on top. What is this on the bottom of my palette? Anyway, let's start with Erosion. I wanted a more skin tone shade, but I had to use what was there, and this was what was there. So I tried to pick it up with a light hand and buff it as much as I could, just toward the very top of the brow, just so we could cover up the white, because I really wanted it to be like a neutralist light brown taupey shade. Then we go into the blue that's traced out in the crease, and then do the yellow over the lid. But I used what was in the palette instead, and that's what was in the palette. So I was working with what I had, girl, and a lot of like burnt orange-ish shades in this. So that's what I worked with, because I didn't want to do the gray, because I felt like that would be way too dark for what I envisioned. So this is somewhat I envisioned. I just envisioned this being a little more neutral instead of as much orangey red as it is. Or I guess you could just say just kind of burnt orange. Anyway, let's go into the crease now with the shade Dead Sea. Now I know these last two looks most likely I'm gonna get pictures outside just because it's getting dark. It's like 6 o'clock at night, so hopefully I get to leave in the next like hour. I got like I think 2 or 3 videos in there, so I need to film the rest of my worst makeup of 2024. Worst makeup I tried of 2024 so far. Then I need to film a overrated versus underrated. All this before I was gonna rank all the Huda Beauty perfumes and not Huda Beauty, the Kylie perfumes, and rank them against the dupes I already had in my collection from Black owned brands. So I already started on day 1 of that with trying out the Fenty one. So I'm wearing the Fenty one right now against Marrakesh in a bottle. So it went pretty good. So that's looking pretty good. Now we're gonna cut the crease with some eyeshadow primer, and then I'm going to pat the yellow all over the lid, and then we'll, you know, go from there as far as putting on the shimmer, because I haven't put it on yet because I want you to see how nicely pigmented the yellow was prior to doing that. So I'll just do it on both sides once. Yeah, also end up with the shade Nomad. Start patting her all over the lid. Yeah, so y'all, it's getting dark outside. When I got back, it was still pretty somewhat sunny, but I don't know. Like I said, the sun keeps going in and out here in Chicago, and it's real rude. So we gotta put the highlighter on the face too. I almost forgot. Thank God, because I'm like, I would have forgot to put this yellow highlighter on the face, and then the mask. We're gonna put the shade Pucker on in this video. If you all remember, I'm just putting Pucker down the middle of the face. I'm putting down the middle of my nose, on my Cupid's bow, and possibly on my chin. I don't remember if my highlighter from earlier is on there, and I don't want to, like, you know, mix the two together, so I'll probably just put it on my nose. I know for sure I took all the makeup off of there to make sure that I could put it on when we got there, so I'll probably just go down the middle of my nose, but I feel like that's enough because I still got to put on 2 more highlighters. So you will have seen 5 highlighters in this video in addition to 3 eye looks. Isn't that crazy? Tell me I won't be working hard out here in these streets, y'all. If you do, you're a lie. Y'all, that looks good to me, so let's go ahead and put these inner corners in real quick. So I start off with the shade Terrain. Like I told you, I've been putting the lightest one in there first, and then putting a deeper one in there to like combat the contrast. So now we're gonna put Glyph in there. Again, I hope I'm saying that right. Plus, I thought it was just unique coloring for the inner corners, since you usually expect inner corners to be light. So I wanted to do something a little bit different and deepen it up. Every once in a full moon I do that, but as a general rule, I don't usually do that. Now I need to cut the lid with some glitter glue so we can put this shimmer on top. I tried to put the glitter glue on to where I didn't disturb like the matte shadow that's already underneath it. So now let's take sulfur and start patting it on top. So this is what we're working with for it. I think it looks nice. Let's go ahead and do the other side. And this is your finished eye look. I don't know if I'm going to use any liquid eyeliner or not. I was thinking about possibly doing like a blue one in the crease just to give more definition in there, because I wanted it to be brighter, but it's not as bright as I like it. But I'm thinking I might just leave this one alone and not put a colorful eyeliner, since I did one on the first one, and then maybe the last one will do a colorful eyeliner, or I might just leave it alone then too. I'm not 100% sure, but this is the finished look so far, so this will be working with, girl. Let's get into the highlighter now, because I usually put it on in the front, but I didn't think about it till the last minute. I'm just glad I thought about it at all, because that could have meant I forgot to put on the whole highlighter and I've been missing a step. So we're going to put on the shade Pucker, like I told you all. It's the yellow lemon colored one that kind of made me think of Trophy Wife with a twist, because I feel like obviously Trophy Wife doesn't shift, but this one does. So let's try her out. I already used the switch to clean off my Sigma F03 high cheekbone brush. Ooh, yes, look at that, honey. Yeah, it's doing, that's the funny thing. It's like a highlighter version of the eyeshadow that we have on our eyes. So it's perfect time to pick this one, because it's like you can have the same color on your face. Now, I'm not putting it all over the face like I told you all, because I still got to use Tarte and I think it's Tangy. Those are the 2 I have left to use. I feel like those are the names. So that's something I'm going to go with, but it's definitely giving a nice glow, and it has the same shift as that lid shade does. Let me see if I can swatch it. I'm gonna swatch it right above the lid shade to see if y'all can tell the difference. Y'all, I feel like it is a spot on dupe for the eyeshadow shade, so that's interesting. See, this is the highlighter and this is the eyeshadow, but I feel like they both shift to green. One is just has more pigment in than the other one, because obviously you probably wouldn't want a highlighter as pigmented, but see, like they're both shifting to green. It's just the highlighter shifts lighter to green. So if you prefer like a lighter version of that and you want to buy the whole palette, you can buy the shade Pucker, and it's the exact same as the shade Sulfur in the Archeo palette. So now that you've seen the highlighter and the eye look, I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, and then we'll come back with the last one, which is the Ocean palette, and the shades Tangy and Tart is highlighters on each side of the face. So I'll be right back in a few. Okay, girl? Okay. So this is the last eye look I got. I didn't structure this one as much as I did like the first two, and I feel like it shows. But I took a good majority of the shade, so I'm gonna take the shade Biolucent and put it on top of the shade Tidal for the inner corner. But right now I just have Tidal there till we get done. I used the shade Manta Ray. I actually put Undertown on my lower lash line since it's the last eye look of the night. I used Lagoon, Starfish, and I'm going to use this shade Maui on top of Maui Lola on top of the orange shade that's on the lid. So I know it doesn't look as structured as the other ones normally do, my bad, but let's get into the blue shade. So I'm starting off with the shade Lagoon. That's the one I put toward the very top up here. I know y'all probably shocked I did lower lash line work since I never do lower lash line work, but since this is the last look of the night, I figured I'd go ahead and do some for once, because my lower lash line be looking so bare. I actually put a pencil on the waterline too, yo, so I really just thought I was somebody today, honey. Okay, I was like, we doing it all. So I did cut the crease again, because originally I was going to do like a little bit of blue on the crease and then just put the orange down the middle, which is kind of what I did. But since the blues are so similar, it doesn't look like I really cut anything when it comes to where I actually cut it. So I'm kind of like, you know, a little disappointed in that because it looks a little muddled together. So I might put some eyeliner in there. Sometimes that's why I do the eyeliner trick in here, so you can see the difference in the tone. So I might put an orange eyeliner in there just to give a little bit of oomph toward the end. I haven't decided yet. Only thing is I know the orange eyeliner brush is like frayed really bad, so I don't want to like jack up the look even further just because the brush is frayed. So we'll have to wait and see how I feel about it and what I actually do about it. But I do love the shade Lagoon. I like the fact that I feel like you can see the differentiation in the blues, and I feel like a lot of times when I do that, when it comes to like the gradients I like to do, you can't see the difference in it. So I was mainly excited you can see the difference in it. Let's go ahead and do the lower lash line now, the Undertown one, or Undertow. I'm gonna cut crease now. Okay, y'all, now we're gonna go in with the shade Manta Ray. I kind of put that towards the front and the back. I was trying to do like a halo eye type thing, so that's why it's like darker in the front and in the back. The orange is very pigmented, but it's like one you have to pat down and then kind of blend out afterwards, because otherwise I feel like it doesn't do as much pigment as I initially want on first dab or stamp down. But I feel like it does good considering it's like an orange, and with my skin tone they usually don't do that great on people with my skin tone. So I was thoroughly impressed with it. For that reason, y'all know neons usually are a little more difficult to work with on people with my skin tone. So the fact that it worked out nicely, I was happy about it. I was like, we will not complain about having to pat it out gently, because at least it like showed up. Because a lot of times I feel like we build up and build up and build up with shades like that if you're my skin tone, it still looks patchy somehow. So the fact that it didn't look patchy and it went on nicely, I'm not gonna complain. Okay, it actually does a little bit better than the Blend Bunny Surge palette when it comes to that particular shade, because I know those shades in that palette, I did feel like I had to build up a more, and I did feel like they were a little thinner than the ones from the Clionadh Cosmetics. Just random side note, those to me just pull a little bit thinner. So just something to keep in mind, because I know the Surge palette is still available, I believe, in Australia. So because I feel like Sue Ho told me that a while ago, and I told you all if anyone was interested. So anyway, let's go ahead and put this orange shade Starfish on the lid so you can see what I was talking about building up. Because I start off here in the middle, and as you can see, but I pat it. It gives off some decent color, but it's like I have to build it up because of me having melanin in my skin, which I love my melanin. It's not a problem. It's just I'm happy that when it does build up, it builds up nicely. And then we're going to put a shimmer on top just because I'm extra. I'm not like Angie. I can't really just do the matte lid. Not that it looks bad. Occasionally I'll do a matte lid. It's just far and few times. Plus the shimmers in here are so nice. Like, it's hard to resist them. Like, they have so much wonderful dual chromes and multi-chromes, and I feel like this nice pigmented base underneath them will just make them shine and sparkle, and the shifts show through even more with the matte, in my personal opinion. Just mine. So we're working with pretty much. Now I'm gonna do some glitter glue. glitter glue and go in on each side. And then we'll do the inner corner and top it with the shade Bio Slime. So we're going to use this on the lid, and then we'll use this on the inner corner on top of the shade Title. Because it just looks so amazing. I couldn't resist. Matter of fact, I'll put Title in the inner corner now, and then I'll do the glitter glue. So that way I can just put that on and go. We'll put on the last two highlighters. Because remember, I have to put on Tangy and Tarte, which is the kiwi one, and the other one. Let's just put Bio on top of it now. Because I want to have to come back to the inner corner and do something. Oh, yeah. Y'all see that like iridescent coolness that goes on with it when you add this extra shade on top? Like, I was expecting to get like a blue purple amazing shift, and it did just that. So I'm like, I'm loving the iridescentness now in the inner corner because it's nice and bright. I wanted a bright inner corner, and I definitely say I got glitter glue time. Glitter glue time. With these dirty brushes on my way so I don't get confused, and give me this one. Okay, y'all. I feel like they still been doing it like weeks later, and I'm just like, look, take a break. Stop. Get some help. Like them Jordan commercial. Like, stop. Get some help. Ooh, yes, look at it. Look how it sparkles on top. I'm like, yes, girl. I'm definitely here for this eye, y'all. Like, yes. I would normally do the outer V in the inner corner. I don't even feel like I need to do that. Like, I feel like it just looks great the way it is. So, hello, okay. I'm just loving every eye look I have created today with this palette. And I try to give y'all a different variety of the way I do stuff. That's why I cut the crease once to shape it out with matte tones, and then this time I did a halo eye, and then I did the traditional way I do it. So I'm trying to like switch up and change around things when I do eye looks now, because I figured y'all might be tired of the same old. So let's put on these highlighters now, girl, and then we'll talk about my thoughts as a whole. So we're gonna start off with Tangy, the green one. And I did already wipe my brush off with the switch. I wipe it off when I'm off camera as soon as I get done doing the eyes before I go into new eye look to make sure, you know, everything's good. So, ooh, look at that, yes. This is last eye of the night, so I don't have to worry. Remember, I still have puckered down the middle of my face if anyone cares. That's the yellow one that's supposed to be like the lemon shaped highlighter. Yes, y'all, I'm feeling the coloring of this. I knew I was gonna like the color of this one. And then we're gonna go into Tarte now. That's the grape colored one. So this one right here. I'm gonna switch it to the opposite side now. I'm hoping this is just as nice as the Galactic one. I feel like it's gonna be nicer. And okay, yeah, it's definitely giving more grape and sparkle. That one's a little bit more smoother. I like the tone of purple in this one, so it's definitely giving. I'm definitely living. Unfortunately, I can't go outside and get some nice pictures with this one because it's like 7:30, almost 8 o'clock at night when I'm getting this eye look done. But I started off late and I did some other content. So this is Tarte, which I'm loving, and this is Tangy, which I'm loving. So I'm loving all the highlighter colors I picked. I can definitely see myself reaching for these some more because, honey, they're giving. I'm living. So let me back you on up and talk about my thoughts because you're a little close now. Personal space, girl. Okay, so y'all, I'm loving all of these palettes. Like, all of them were amazing. I'm loving all the highlighters I tried. I'm loving everything that I have from this brand, which I'm not surprised. I am shocked about the mattes though, because remember, I've never tried any mattes from this brand. So this is my first time trying mattes from Clionadh Cosmetics, and I must say their mattes kind of remind me of Dose of Colors. Y'all remember how like powder they were when they picked them up on the brush? How much powder kicked up in the pans? So they definitely remind me of Dose of Colors in that sense, because I know theirs used to do that. Now they have since changed their formula. I don't feel like they pick up as much in the pan and don't give up as much opacity as they used to. Kind of like Milk Cosmetics. Remember, theirs used to be really pigmented and pick up a lot in the pan. So some brands have changed their formula, but I'm liking that Clionadh is doing more of that formula as opposed to the formula that doesn't pick up as much I mean, that doesn't give up as much pigmentation, but remember, when you get pigmentation, that means you have to worry about a lot of kick up in the pan. So that's just something to keep in mind. But if you don't mind it, then I feel like you'll really like these. And y'all, I'm just loving these highlighters. Look, I keep looking at myself as purple, like, yeah. And that tangy shade looks nice too. I'm loving all the stuff I tried today. I'm mainly excited about the eyeshadow palettes because, like I said, I've never tried mattes from this brand before. So I was interested to see how they were going to work, and they worked amazing. Like, I'm obsessed. I'm in love. I'm enraptured. I think they are so great. And I'm so glad I got my hands on these palettes while I was saying that you didn't really need them. I honestly, like I said, I just felt like I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't get them, because I remember saying in some of their new makeup releases when I talked about their singles coming out that if they made more palettes, I would buy from them more. So that's how I ended up with these. Aside from the fact I got to see them in person and swatch and not have to worry about paying shipping, and they gave you like a bundle discount if you bought a certain amount, that you got 15% off your purchase. So I had spent the amount, of course, because all three of the palettes were like $205. So I got the 15% off just buying those. Not to mention I bought 5 highlighters, and I think it's like 8 or 9 in the set that it comes with. I feel like it's 8, but I got like the majority of the highlighters as well. So I'm like, I definitely got what I feel like is a great deal because I didn't have to pay for Canadian shipping. Although I feel like with the amount I bought, I still would have got free shipping. But I think it was a great deal overall. I'm so glad to have these things in my collection. And thank you to the crew from Clionadh Cosmetics. I feel like they did a great job on helping me out and making my order and being friendly and nice to everyone around them. So they did a great job. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all the diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. The membership's down below if you're interested. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.